The Detroit Lions are in the market for a cornerback. We all know that. It's not a secret. And we are now in the stage where a bunch of teams are willingly trying to get cap compliant. They're trying to bust money off of their books in order to get it under the new league salary cap, which is $255 million. And so the way in which they're doing that is they are releasing players, they are trading players, they are restructuring contracts. And in this realm is where you might be able to get a cornerback to be a starter opposite Cam Sutton. So we're going to talk about who two of the cornerbacks that are now going to be or perceivedly on the market that the Detroit Lions can and probably should, if I'm being completely honest, pursue. All right. Before I do that, just want to say, hey, if you haven't yet, if you've been a long-time watcher of this channel, hit that subscribe button. We're making a push for 20,000. If you're new to the channel, one, where have you been? But number two, happy to have you here. Watch through the video. If you still like what we're doing, hit that record button after, or record. I was looking at my record button. Hit that subscribe button after that. Way to mess that up. All right, let's talk about the first one, and this comes in via trade. The Cleveland Browns, I'm actually doing another channel. We have a few channels. Lions are number one. Don't worry, Lions fans. We love you. All right, but we talk about the Browns on another channel and a few other teams. And so it's called Sports Talk Extra. And on that, I'm making a video about who they're going to get rid of to clear more cap space. And I saw that. Then I see an article talking about how the Lions should trade for Browns cornerback Greg Newsome. I don't understand why the Browns would do this, but apparently they're very much open to it. They're looking to move one of their starting caliber quarterbacks. Multiple GMs, per Jason La Canfora of the Washington Post, he usually does a really, honestly, pretty good job. Multiple GMs said the Cleveland Browns made it clear they are open to dealing one of their top quarterbacks as they try to balance salaries after years of heavy spending. They have 3 starting caliber corners. And the one that is going to change in price the most, in other words, the one that is going to be from not expensive to more expensive, is Greg Newsome. All right. All 3 are outside corners by nature, but people are saying that Newsome is the one who is going to be traded. So it got me wondering, well, what does his contract situation look like? I think that's important to know. And his contract looks like this. He has a cap hit this year of $4 million. That's not a lot. All right. They wouldn't even clear it this year. What they would do is they would clear it next year where they can actually get something for him. They would have to pick up his 5th-year option. He's a rookie. He's on a rookie contract. He was a first-round pick. And his rookie 5th-year option will be $13.3 million. That's not that bad for a corner at his talent level, and we could always extend him if we ended up getting him. So what kind of a player is he? Well, you know me. I like to look at 2 places above all else, and if that fails, I look into other stuff. But I like to do more than just stats. And what I love is the RAS, the relative athletic score. And Greg Newsome put down a 9.66. In other words, he was the 62nd most he was the 62nd most athletic corner ever tested since 1987. That's pretty good. All right. That is like the top 1 or 2 corners each year. Now, here's what his problem, what he's known for is that he tends to give up big plays in inopportune times, but that can be worked on. He's still a young player. Look at this guy. He is blazing fast. Something that this defense is desperately missing is a corner who can line up against elite, quick twitch athletes, and he can also be an elite, quick twitch athlete that can stay with them down the field. We didn't have that last year. We did not have that. So something like this could be amazing, and it's not even expensive this year. It's not even expensive. All right? He has good size. He has great explosion. He has good agility. Like, all of it works out to his advantage. He is a good player. So what would it cost for a player like this? And this is what you can see from 2022 or 2021, his rookie season, he has just gotten better and better. I like looking at passer rating allowed. That's better than a grade. That's better than interceptions. That's better than deflections. It's better than all that kind of stuff. So his rookie year, 96.6. Not great. Second year, 89.2. We're getting better. What about last year? Last year, 76.4. He is consistently improving. So that leaves the question before we get into our second corner. What would he cost? And I would be saying, if I am the Lions, I have 2 third-round picks. So I'd be saying, take a third-round pick. Be happy with it. And I understand that they spent a first-round pick. It was a late first-round pick on him. They got 3 of the 5 years out of him. So now he's not worth quite as much because they want to trade him. I think he's worth a third-round pick. If we gave up a second for him, I think it'd be a little rich. But at the same time, I get it. Like I wouldn't balk at it either. And the Browns need picks. They need picks. All right, let's get into the next player that we are going to be talking about, and that is the best fits for the Lions, and that is a man named Darius Williams. All right, this is an older corner, all right, not like uber old. He's 30. All right, last year he had 4 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, allowed one of the lowest opposing passer ratings. I told you that's one of the things that I love in the league in 2023. He isn't always super consistent, but he has game-changing ability. All right, he had a $10.5 million cap hit. It was an ideal fit for the Jags' new coordinator, and it would be bad. Now, here's what they're saying about the fit for the Lions. Not only does he have a style that suits Aaron Glenn's attacking defense, but it also makes sense for the Lions to add a veteran playmaker as they stock up for a potential Super Bowl run in 2024. Isn't it nice to hear that? Like, we can take older players because we want Super Bowl runs. How cool is that? Williams worked under now Lions defensive backs coach Deshae Townsend over the last 2 years in Jacksonville, and currently Lions GM Brad Holmes, who was originally brought Williams to the Rams in 2018. This one makes so much sense, it hurts. Here's another guy, fairly athletic, not as athletic. All right, good speed, decent agility. Well, his agility is not great. Good explosion, poor size. So this is what it's been, but he is a guy that came out in 2018, and he has just gotten better and better. He is a solid player, putting together his best year last year with it. That, like, look at what I'm talking down here. The opposing passer rating allowed 69.6. That's unbelievable. It resulted in a good coverage grade. You can see it's not like they didn't target him. They targeted him like crazy. He just didn't give up good passing grades. And that's because you target him because you're like, oh, he's smaller. He's an okay player. He's not a great player. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can get away with. And he's just like, you're not getting away with it on me. I'm too good. So these are 2 guys. Darius Williams is going to be more expensive, but it's a short-term contract. When you look at it, if you look at a guy like Greg Newsome, he's going to be cheaper this year, but then he's going to get more expensive. All right. I personally am fine with either, but I'm the guy who's like, hey, let's take a swing at the potential long-term solution. And I think Greg Newsome can be that for you. I think you bring him in next year. He gets a pay bump. You can let Cam Sutton go at that time. You can draft a QB2 of the future this year, and you can have your cornerback 1, 2, 3 with Branch, a rookie, and Newsome, all young, all ready to go with solid players in the back end. That would be the perfect scenario for me. You could overhaul this secondary really, really fast, and I would love to see that. But I'm also fine with Williams, with his familiarity with the coaching staff, with the GM and the front office, and everything that will happen there. That would be a very quick fit. That would be a good player right away. I just like the potential upside of Greg Newsome and what he could be in this defense and the cheap cost that it is now. So you can put more upfront money to guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown. You can put more upfront money if you want to re-sign Jared Goff. You can start doing some of those things to save money down the line. So, because he's cheaper now. All right. Hope you liked the video. Did the Lions just find their solution at defensive back? That's the question. All right? That's the question if they can get one of these guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.